Hey everyone, it's Sean and I'm back with another animal facts video. If you like this channel, I want you to subscribe to it, send it out to people you know and everything, because educating about animals is one of my favorite things to do. And I also have a really awesome lizard today to go along with that education. That's one of my favorites to talk about because of kind of how unique they are. I have a yellow Uromastyx. So these guys are a super fun and very cool lizard that come from the Saharan Africa, basically northern Africa, like Mali, Morocco, Egypt, and also they can be found in the Middle East into like Saudi Arabia and everything. Technically they're an omnivore, so they're going to be eating veggie matter and some insect protein. Primarily they're herbivorous. In captivity, people tend to feed them a lot of leafy greens, which is fine. I do like collard, mustard, turnip, and radish green, and dandelion green. And I'll mix that in with things like every once in a while some kale or bok choy, but summer squash, zucchini, a little bit of sweet potato, carrot, beet, parsnip, turnip, things like that. But also I keep a seed mix for them. This is something else that they're going to be looking for out in the wild, is like just any type of like dried beans and seeds that they can find. So various kinds. There's certain ones you have to stay away from, like kidney beans you don't really do, but like navy beans are okay, white beans. I have a seed mixture that I make like here in the store that's special just for them. It's comprised of like basically 10 different ingredients. Now one of the reasons I really like these lizards is one, they're part of the agamid family, which actually includes things like bearded dragons and frilled lizards. A lot of times agamids are known for their tails. This guy's Greek name actually translates to tail whip. So as you can see, he's got a very armored tail. It's usually somewhere between 10 and 30 rows of spikes down these that can really do some damage if you wanted to. But primarily it's there as like kind of like a defense mechanism that he doesn't necessarily have to use. It's more of a blow up to say, hey, like don't mess with me. As you see, he's got a lot of really cool yellow on him. Almost matches the shirt I'm wearing, which is gold. Uromastyx are going to be all kinds of different colors depending on where you find them. One of the great things about these guys is that the sexual dimorphism isn't just from the femoral pores. Like you can see on him, he's got basically that V shape of pores like going up near his cloaca. With these guys though, it's the males are typically going to be the brightly colored ones, and the females are going to be duller. Most females are grayish, kind of brown. Males are going to be very, very bright to make themselves attractive to the females. A very interesting fact about that is the more heat these guys have and the better the UVB source, the brighter the color you're going to get out of them. So essentially, like a lot of desert lizards, these guys are going to like their average temperatures in like the 80s, even a little bit into the 90s, but really Uromastyx do enjoy basking spots up to 120 degrees. So if you can give them a good gradient, and usually you want to do a very large enclosure with these type of guys, I would recommend something no shorter than 4 feet long. And if you can go 24 inches wide, that would be awesome. Give them a really, really big space and let that basking spot be like 120, 130 degrees, but then gradiate down into about the high 70s. And then just shut everything off at night, let it go down into the low 70s and even high 60s. So you get that big fluctuation between night and day, because literally deserts fluctuate a lot. And then having a strong UVB source. I never use anything short of a 10.0 if you're using Reptisuns, or like a 200 if it's a Exoterra or Zilla. They all have different ways of measuring their UVB. What I would most suggest is a VivTech bulb. The VivTech Midday Blazer, Midday Basker bulb, absolutely amazing. I've seen such natural behavior come out of my animals when I use those bulbs, and they last longer too. So it's a higher concentration, I don't want to say necessarily higher concentration of UVB, but a better penetration rate that's longer lasting. But with most UVB bulbs, you're losing sometimes 2 to 3 or even 4 inches of penetration rate from that bulb like per month, which is why you got to replace them every 3 to 6 months. With the VivTech bulbs, like it's constant down over 2 feet for 2 years. So I've noticed some really good changes with the animals, and especially one like this is where you could end up getting a lot better color out of them too. So this is close to full grown for a yellow Uromastyx. Depending on if you're looking at like Nigerians or Nates, you're going to get varying sizes, but 10 to 12 inches about average for one like this species. But you can see them grow up to like I've seen some at like 18 inches or even 24 inches depending on individual species. But very, very cool animals. I love their almost like kind of bird beak that they have. Like it's not quite hooked like we would normally see, but it is a very, very rough ridge there that helps them break through those beans and seeds. So cool. That is a yellow Uromastyx for you. Again, as always, I love educating people. If you've got more to add, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I'm completely open to constructive criticism. I love getting more research in there. If you've got papers on these guys, wherever, go ahead and drop the links to them. That way everybody can learn. So we'll see you guys next time.